Today, I'm going to, for the first time ever, talk about a guitar, and namely this one that I've got in my lap. It's an ES335 style. The reason I want to talk about this guitar is I just bought it not long ago, and I haven't really spent much time with it, but it seemed like a good deal, so I went to pick it up, and I'm almost embarrassed to tell you that I picked it up for $250. I'm really surprised at the quality of the guitar, and so I started thinking, well, gee, it might be a good idea to do a video about a guitar like this because it's affordable, and it sort of walks down that middle ground of a solid body electric and a jazz box kind of thing. And it's nice and comfortable to wear, in a seated position when you're practicing. And I thought maybe some of you out there have, a solid body guitar or a steel string acoustic, or maybe a combination of the two. But I found I've got several solid bodies and acoustics, and acoustics are nice to sit down and practice with, but I find solid bodies not really comfortable to sit down and practice with. And this is comfy. And not only is it comfy, but it sounds nice, and it's nice and easy to play in terms of its reach, from with the cutaway. Many players have played this 335 style guitar. This one, by the way, is called an AS73. An Ibanez AS73. I'm referring to it as a 335 style because it's essentially, very similar to the Gibson ES335. Some people that have played these guitars are Emily Remler, what a great player, and Grant Green, obviously B.B. King, Elvin Bishop, Lee Ritenour, Stevie Ray Vaughan, the Larry Carlton, of course, yeah. And the list goes on. And the reason so many of those people have played this instrument is because it's so versatile. One of the things that makes it versatile is that it has a solid block underneath the pickups. And that solid block tends to reduce feedback. So you can get a fair bit of punch out of this instrument without the feedback that you would find in for instance, a jazz box, an F-hole jazz box. You can't really get a lot of volume out of an F-hole jazz box. They just start feeding back like crazy, right? So they're very versatile. Now, let me just go through some of the specs they have on the Ibanez website. First of all, let's talk about the neck. The neck is made of Nato, or also known as NATO, NATO. And NATO is sort of a harder wood, and you can find it in Asia. So, I'm pretty impressed by the fact that this entire instrument is made of decent woods. The body is made of linden wood. And I got a kick out of learning that this is made out of linden wood because I had a linden tree fall on my car last year, and the neighbor brought over believe it or not, some linden honey that he got from that same tree. And so, linden honey tastes really nice, and the tree is quite lovely, except when it falls on your car. But the point is that the linden tree is a nice instrument building wood and can be found not only in Asia, but also in North America, as was proved by the one that I took off my car. It has woods. It has a walnut fretboard, and I found out doing the little bit of research that I did here that China is the largest exporter of walnuts in the world. There's about 20 or 21 or 22 varieties of walnut, but it's a fairly dense hardwood. Not terribly dense, not as dense as ebony, for instance, of course, or probably not as dense as rosewood either, but it still works really nicely, right? As far as the frets go, they're sort of a medium-sized fret, and nicely placed. No ouchies, with the lousy filing that you get in a lot of cheaper guitars. You run up the fretboard and you cut your fingers almost. So these are really nicely filed. As you can see, I've got binding on that walnut beside that walnut fretboard. I've also got binding all the way around the guitar, and I've got binding in the F holes as well, which I think is really, was really cool, because you'll find lots of guitars don't have that binding, those really finished qualities. Nice tuning heads. They're sort of a knockoff tuning head, but the gears are really nice. They're also they've got a Phillips screw in them, so you can tighten them up after a tuning. As far as the bridge is concerned, I think they call this a Gibraltar bridge. It's a decent bridge. It's adjustable. Then the tailpiece here is a quick change tailpiece. Really nice and easy to get the strings in and out. The chrome itself looks nice and clean and well constructed. Guitar pickups. The pickups are, pickups are no big deal to me. If I don't get the sound that I want in a guitar, I change the pickups. The pickups aren't terribly expensive, and a change is not terribly difficult to do. But I find these pickups, adequate, and they have, a nice sustain. Yeah, the sustain is there. It could use a bit more sustain, but you can probably get that out of it if you want to just use a bit of compression or whatever. So that, I find that that's good. It's, as far as the tone controls and stuff are concerned, I think I've got a tone control picture here. Yeah, the usual, it's a three position switch, and here is my neck pickup. The other way is my bridge pickup, and then it's a combination of both of those pickups in the middle position, right? So that all feels good and really, easy to get to. The pots seem to be, fairly smooth in terms of. Let's see how smooth they are. You'll get the idea, I think. Let's just use the neck pickup. See, that's not bad. See, you've got a sweep all the way to the top, and then a sweep all the way back down to the bottom. So that's pretty good. I've played many cheaper guitars. Yeah, that where there's gaps like crazy. All of a sudden, it'll just burst out in volume, and that really sort of sucks when you're playing live, because you're trying to get a subtle volume difference, and all of a sudden it jumps up 5 points, right? So those are nice. Finish is nice. I think it's a nice glossy looking clean finish. To me, this looks like a much more expensive guitar, right? And let's see what Sweetwater says about this. It says that this guitar is about $450 American. So Canadian, that would be about $10,000. No, just kidding. $450 American, so Canadian would be probably, I don't know, 6.5 or something like that. And people have nice things to say here. Fun to play, versatile. Let's see. Been playing mostly acoustic, but I love this electric arch top. Yeah, it's got a little bit of an arch. Yeah. Guitar arrived, excellent condition, and plays like a dream. And all 5 stars. Can't say enough about the quality and sound of this beautiful guitar, and so on, right? So a lot of happy people, and I've seen these pop up. I have to tell you the truth. I haven't seen them pop up for $250. That's why I jumped on this one. But I have seen them pop up in the in Canadian 400 range and in the American 300 range. So what I'm getting at is if you want a nice, versatile, comfortable guitar that you can either practice with or gig with or play blues with or play jazz with, it'll work. It's just a really versatile instrument, and it really is an instrument. The action is nice, the intonation is nice right out of the case that I got with it. By the way, a really nice form fit case. So I just wanted to share a good deal with you, and if you can pick up a good deal like this, I would really advise you to do that. I know that guitar players tend to, need at least 10 guitars, and probably a lot of you have hidden them in your closets. I think this is a great instrument. In that price point, I don't think you can find anything even remotely close. But if you can, let me know in the comments. Okay, that's it for today. My guitar talk is sort of fun. Maybe I should go through all my guitars. Okay, thanks a lot, and we'll see you real soon.